All right, welcome to the second review of the evening. Up this time is CoflictCraft. CoflictCraft immerses players in an alternate reality where they take the helm in this intense struggle against an insurgent force reminiscent of ISIL or ISIS. Ooh. Like, guess marketing was okay with that.
I guess. I mean, I don't think they tried particularly hard with this.
I mean, it continues. In this dynamic game, players will find themselves at the helm of an evolving strategy as their buildings steadily generate unit points every 10 seconds. With the ability to dispatch half of their forces from bases to any point on the map, commanders must make strategic decisions that could tip the scales in their favor. The arsenal at their disposal includes tanks, attack choppers, support helicopters, jets, and rocket launchers. These units can be upgraded to suit individualized strategies, fostering a truly open-ended approach to warfare. We are really overselling some basic tactical strategy components, aren't we? For those who prefer a social gaming experience, CoflictCraft offers a local multiplayer mode with full controller support, allowing friends to engage in thrilling competitions. Co-op mode is another exciting option, fostering collaboration and camaraderie in the battle against the insurgency. I'm going to assume that you weren't able to try multiplayer here, Alex.
I did not, though it might have been helpful.
I mean, it says here it's local only, so that would have been remote play together.
Anyway. No, I didn't try. We'll get to it, but action economy is one of the issues you deal with here.
Well, over to Alex for the details.
So yeah, at first I was worried this would be some big complicated strategy thing, but it's really not. Basically, you have bases, and the enemy has bases. There are bases with hangars that increase the number of units at them up to a cap every interval of time, and there are ones without. The ones without sometimes also have helipads or attack helipads, or there's probably other things if you get further in the game, but mostly those. At any given time, you can drag from your base, or if there's from your base, if there's a road, or from the other places, like from the helipad or the attack helicopter pad, if you're using those features on ones that have them. Bettyvan, are you gonna play it, or is it just... The stream did not freeze. Did the game freeze? The audio's coming through fine.
Yeah, it's still on the...
Yeah, the audio is playing.
Yeah.
It just looks like you're just on the...
There it is. Okay, we got visual.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not surprised it's a little bit glitchy. Anyway, yeah, you start with bases, and the enemy starts with bases. At any given time, you can drag from your base to another base to have your... And it has just stopped again. I think it might be doing this when you defocus the window or something. I'm not surprised. It's probably the game.
Bit jank.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, when you drag from your base to another base, assuming there's a road in between them, half of the units at that base will get in a tank and go to the other thing. And when they hit it, it will reduce it by the number on the thing you're going to, by a number equal to the number of the tank, approximately. There are later on like anti-air and anti-tank artilleries that are built into certain bases that can ship things off of things in transit. And generally, you will be severely outgunned at almost all times here. The trick is the support things that you have down in the lower left corner, which the first one you get is a support helicopter that you can drag to a base that is yours, and it will add like 60 guys to that base, which allows it to go above the normal cap. There later on you get fighters that if you have a radar thing that is attached to some bases, you can have it attack a base and it will literally just zero out the population of that base briefly. There are also nuclear bombs that you get as early as like the 5th mission that just not only will destroy a base, they will also destroy any units on the ground around it. Yeah, Petty, I think you waited at the start of the thing, and if you wait more than like a quarter of a second to do your first move, you're fucked. Because there is the inexorable march of how much faster the enemies are getting stuff than you are. That's what I meant about action economy. You need to be dragging things a lot, especially when there are multiple enemy bases to deal with. And like all the time, if you are not advancing, it feels like you're losing. Some of these things took an ungodly amount of time for me, and I don't think it's just because my strategy wasn't great. It also probably helps to focus on one target, but whatever. And then, yeah, and then in between stages, you gain the ability to upgrade various parameters, like the cooldown on your support things, the speed, armor, and power of your tanks, which I believe they don't come into play when you're dealing with the base capturing effect, but they affect how much they win and lose from opponent tanks or defenses. And yeah, when you're not connected by air, when you're not connected by land, you have to drag from a helipad to deliver troops, or an attack helicopter to... The attack helicopters are weird, because like the helicopter takes off, flies over to the thing, does a little bit of damage, and then flies back. So it doesn't actually expend anything, but also doesn't do a lot. Yeah, I spent a lot of time restarting to optimize my like first 5 seconds build order, and also sometimes I keep dragging from the wrong icon. So like to move tanks, you have to drag from the thing and not the helipad, but to move from the helipad you have to move tanks you have to drag from the actual circle and to the actual circle. Even for the support stuff, like when you get the fighters, you have to drag it to the circle and not to the helipad or whatever. I'm sure that the devices get more complicated as you go, and getting the upgrades that you get one every time you win a stage, and they don't seem to increment at all. Sorry, I just got a bot thing.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bot that needs squishing.
I mean, it's Mountain... I don't know, maybe they're official, but fuck it, I don't really want to be promoted by Mountain Dew that much. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of it is just... hammering away at the enemy defenses because you're horribly once you have more bases than they do, or bases that produce guys as much as more they do, because sometimes there will be bases that instead of having one hangar have like 2 or 3, and those increased number of guys twice as much per tick. So I found that a lot of it comes down to precise deployment of your support things, because otherwise, since whenever you make a deployment from a base, it's always exactly half of what's there rounded down. You don't have a whole lot of like fine control over anything. Like, this really speaks to me that this is a mobile game, except for the fact that I don't think you get freaking star ranks on your performance. And that's, yeah, there's not really a whole lot to it, I don't think. Also, the music is very loud and has no volume control, just on or off. So yeah, I don't really think this is particularly good, but and would probably be better on a mobile, because on a mobile you can drag faster than with keyboard and mouse. So, but I guess how offensive that is comes down somewhat to the pricing, which is, Adam?
$1.
Oh yeah, for $1 this is inoffensive, I guess. It's just annoying.
Okay. Anything else?
Not really. There's not a whole lot to it. Like, it's not very interactive. Your things just, once you tell them what to do, they just do it. One of the upgrades is at least for the speed of your tanks, which I imagine would be helpful. But it doesn't increase that sharply. Yeah, that's about all I got.
Alright, so yeah, that'll about do it for CoflictCraft. Be sure to tune in after the break as we review Switchball HD.